Hi guys, welcome to my sewing lab. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I made this off-shoulder rose sleeve and how I attach the petals on that blouse. Okay, so we're starting off by measuring 5 inches on this beautiful golden fabric. I used doll face to make this, by the way. So you measure out 5 inches and then you cut it off. So we're going to be cutting out 8 pieces of this 5 inches, 8 pieces of each. That is 4 per sleeve. Okay, so you cut out 5 inches, mark out 5 inches rather, and then you cut it off. So the length of your fabric is just the length of the doll face. The cloth comes by 60 most of the time, 60, 55, just the length of that the fabric. Then you just fold it over and you cut out 5 inches. So right here, as you can see, I'm joining all the pieces. Remember I said 4 pieces per sleeve, so I'm going to be joining all the 4 pieces together to make a long what do you call it now a long fabric, a rope-like kind of thing if you understand what I mean. So I'm joining it now. So when you're done, you're going to be sewing this. Remember, you're sewing on the wrong side because at the end of the day you're going to turn it over, turn it out. So you're just going to sew using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. You just sew all the way. So when you're done sewing, you turn it out. So this is how I turn out my fabric easily. Just use a safety pin and insert and take it all the way in and bring it out through the other side. Okay, so now we are done, and yeah, we're turning it out. So you just turn everything inside out and you have a very neat finishing. Okay, when you're done. So what you're going to do at this point is just to close up the rough edges. Okay, now watch what I'm doing right now. Where I sewed, the mark where I sewed is in the middle, it's not the edge, it's in the middle of this your long strip. Okay, so you just fold it in, tuck it in, and then you sew on it. Just make it very neat. Okay, just make it very neat so that it will just have a very beautiful finishing when you're done. Okay, so to measure out where to place your sleeve, what I usually do is I measure the off shoulder measurement, and then from there I measure the sleeve. If you've not watched my video on how to take accurate body measurement, please do so. Okay, so you just take the sleeve from the off shoulder measurement and you get where to measure for the off shoulder sleeve. So for my client, the client I use for this cloth has is 10 inches, so I'm using 10 inches. You can add a little bit of something there for your joining allowance, but for me I didn't. You can add if you want to. So here, as you can see, you're just measuring out your 10 inches by, what I'm just trying to say here is you can make yours 3 inches, 4 inches, depending on the height you want your sleeve to be. So you're just cutting out 10 inches by, I measured 5 here, so it's basically 10 by 10 that you measure, because you know this is folded, as you can see. So you fold your pattern paper back and then you fold it over again. So what you're going to do here is you're going to measure 1.5 inches. This is just going to be for the height of the joining, where you're going to be joining to your fabric. Okay, when you open it up, it's going to be 3 inches, but you're just going to use just measure 1.5 by 1.5. Okay, that's the extension from where you're going to be joining. Then from that joint right now, you're going to make a curve. I'm sorry, my video person didn't get this very well, but what I did here, as you can see, is I just made a curve from there, connecting it to the edge of the other one. Just make a curve and then you cut it off. Okay, so now opening this up, I'm seeing that it's actually rather too big for what I want, so I folded it over again and I cut off 1 inch, 1 inch to 1.5 inches. I cut off 1.5 inches to give me exactly what I want. So when you're done cutting, this is what it looks like. So you're going to transfer that to your fabric, and then you're going to cut out your fabric, cut it into 2 pieces, okay, like you can see, the front and the back. And then on the back piece, or on just one piece, just use haystay or gum stay to just make it thick. Okay, if you didn't get that, what I meant is on one part just use gum stay to just make it thick, so that when you sew inside out, then you turn it out and you weave the edges. So this is me right now making the pleats. At this point, you just have to take your time, be very very concise and very neat. Let your pleats have the same measurement. Okay, if it's 1 inch you want to use, maintain 1 inch for all the pleats, so that it's not one will be 2 inches, the other one will be 1/2 inch. It will look so messy and not beautiful. So for a tidy pleat finishing, just try and maintain 1 inch. 1 inch is okay. So when you come to the end of it, carefully fold fold your pleat carefully and close it up carefully and neatly as possible. Okay, as you can see here, I'm seeing that my fabric is way bigger than what I wanted to use. So I'm just going to cut off. It's just like basically 4 inches or 3 that I cut off there. So I'm just going to cut off the excess and tuck it in to just have a very neat finishing, you know, to round off the pleats so that it will look so fine and so neat. One thing that makes you stand out as a fashion designer is your finishings. Okay, your finishings, they say a lot about your work, so just try as much as possible to make sure that your finishings are very neat. Okay. So yay, our rose sleeve is ready almost. So what you're going to do right now is you're going to use your hand needle and thread to pin up all these loose ends. Okay, if you look at it closely, you're going to see that a lot of parts are just so open, so you just have to tack it in. As you can see, if the person wears it, all these parts are going to be showing, so it's not really going to be looking so good. So you're just going to use your hand needle to tack all those points. Just one tack is enough, and when you finish, lock your stitch in case anything happens and it loosens, so that everything doesn't just, you know, go off. So just tack by the edge, just one tack, very neat, invisible tack. Just one is okay. So that's what I'm doing right here. So for designing or embellishing this beautiful rose sleeve, I am using these beautiful stones that are colored. So I'm just using them alongside some bead designs. So I'm just using it to design all around. At this point, just let your creative side take over. Okay, no restrictions, nothing. Just be free to just let your creative side just do the work. Okay. That is what makes you a fashion designer. This part where you just get to design off any fashion magazine, off anything. Just let your creative side design what they want to design. So here, as you can see, I'm placing the petals on my fabric. I'm sorry guys, I didn't show you guys where I marked, but as you can see, I marked a triangle. Okay, so this is a padded blouse. As you can see already, this is a Princess Bustier blouse. So I'm just inserting or placing the petals one after the other. The petals, they come in a long strip. They sell it by yard, but I just cut everything out before placing it. So yeah, you just have to be patient at this point. Use your glue gun, or you can use any form of glue, a cloth glue, and just do this part. Okay, so I'm also embellishing it with these beautiful stones to make it really, really beautiful. So when you're done designing, you're going to be joining your sleeve to your blouse. Okay, so this is where you just join from the off shoulder. You just join it using 1/2 inch joining allowance. You just join the sleeve to your blouse. This is so beautiful, so beautiful. My customer hasn't fitted it yet. If not, I would have shown you the fitting. So I just finished this and decided to upload the video. So just go ahead and sew neatly, and you have your beautiful off-shoulder rose sleeve blouse. This is it for this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please do well to subscribe. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.